Hey guys, it's Nim, and as you may have figured out that we will be making this red velvet miniature polymer clay cake. So I'm going to start by putting 2 popsicle sticks on each side, and I'm rolling out the red. You will need 2 circles of this, so I only showed you how I'm doing one of it. I'm not really sure what the size of this cutter is, but it was I think the second smallest or maybe third, I'm not really sure. And I did the same thing with white, but I only put 1 popsicle stick. So basically the white is thinner than the red. I stacked them all together, so I put red, white, and then red again. I went in with my blade and I cut the cake. You can do as many slices as you'd like. I just wanted to cut out 2, so that's what I did. Using my needle tool, I went ahead and gave the cake some texture. So you only want to do this on the red part of the cake because the white is basically the icing in between. So you just want to mess around with it, just give it a lot of texture so that it looks realistic. I let it bake in the oven for about 5 minutes. I'm doing this because I want the shape of the cake to stay the same, because if you start doing the next steps, chances are your cake will lose its shape. So bake it in the oven so that it's hard but it's not completely done. I rolled out some white and I'm putting it on top and on the sides of the cake because covering up the red just with icing can be quite tricky because I really want it to be opaque. So instead of doing 2 layers of icing, I'm doing a layer of white clay and then I'm going to put the icing on top. Now for me, making icing can be a love-hate relationship because sometimes I really enjoy making it, but sometimes after I'm done, I realize that I have icing all over my hands and it just gets really messy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting the clay into tiny little pieces so that it's easier to mix. Then I'm taking some Vaseline and I'm putting it on top. So you want to use quite a lot of Vaseline and you want to mix it together. You can do this with your hands, but honestly I was not feeling like it, so I just did it with a popsicle stick instead. And then I added the translucent liquid clay. You want to start by adding in less so that you can reach a nice consistency. Just keep mixing it and mixing it for like about 10 minutes I think, and then your icing should be a really smooth consistency. Now I am icing my cake. Make sure that you do not end up getting the icing on the red area of the cake because it will not come off. I've been there, done that, so be very careful while you are icing the cake. To decorate, I made small little red balls and I placed it around the cake. I wanted to be really fancy with the decorating, but honestly at this point I was so scared of messing it up and not being happy with the end result that I kept it really simple. Next time maybe I'll try to do something more like interesting, but this time I kept it simple. And you want to let your cake bake in the oven for about 15 minutes. I only glazed the icing part of the cake because that's the part where you want it to be shiny. And here is the finished result. I actually did mix some instant coffee in like water just for the sake of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.